Oh yeah, I'm sorry guys. Okay. I told you it's a new thing for me, so I don't know. Alright. I don't know. Is this one ever picking up? Maybe I gotta put some flour in it. A little bit of flour, huh? Cause this don't smell like it's thickening up. It's a thickener. Right, okay, so it's a thickener. I forgot about that. Maybe I need to add some flour to it. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Cause I'm just put it in there. I'm like, yo, this is like a thick. Like, what's going on here? But I forgot. How much starch is this thickener? I'm not gonna keep it so. Be careful with the flour. I should have just scooped some out. Now it's starting to get thick. There you go. There you go. Now it's starting to get thick. Definitely want the grease really I don't have a temperature, so Mama did to test the temperature of the grease, but you definitely want it at least 350. You want these things to start cooking as soon as they hit the grease, because all the batter will fall off of it. And not only that, you don't want to overcrowd your pan either. I don't think. I don't know. You don't want to overcrowd your pan either. You can see the consistency that I have. I don't want it really thick. Let me see how one piece will coat. This is probably not the best idea. Not to get a 3 dipper. Or I'm just going to have to make the batter a little thicker. Because this is not coating very, no, this is hardly no coating. Yeah, I have to make this thicker. I don't know. Maybe not, guys. That batter didn't come off at all. Oh. Trust yourself, Beth. I just broke this onion. Yeah, maybe I just need to trust myself. I don't want it really a lot of batter, right? I mean, a thick batter, but I don't want it gummy. Remember, we don't want to stuff the pan because you want to even cook. And then the more you put in there, it slows down the cooking temperature on the pan. I think that should be enough. Let's see how that turned out. This is rusty. It's clean, but I'm gonna put the rack over it. Turn this oven down. To 275. Because that's where I'm gonna put some onion rings on. So they could brown. How much, you know? Well, these are not getting brown, but they will. Gotta be patient. I want to, in the meantime, put some onions off here, off the counter. Some extra onions. Oh, it's not bad on them. Even though it didn't fall off, it might. It's really hardly no bad on them because it's thin. But it didn't fall off, but it's really thin. It's not thick. That's alright. I'm just gonna thicken the batter up. That's all. Just thicken the batter up. Take these out. Good thing I didn't smother them all in there. Mighty thick now. Too thick now, I think. Add teeny bit at a time. Because then you don't make it too thin. Then you gotta add more flour, you know, all that. That cornstarch seizes up. If you see, hardly no bad on them, but they're crunchy, you know. It's okay for the first batch, but nice and light and airy. So I'm not gonna say no bad on it. It's nice and light. It is bad on it. It's nice and light. Yeah. See, I hadn't turned them over to get to the other side. So you always want to season your I did put a little bit of salt in the seasoning, but very little. So if you're gonna throw more salt on your onion rings, on your French fries, it's always best to do it as soon as you get it out the grease, so the grease could. The salt could stick to the grease, you know, won't fall off onion rings, you know. Okay, here we go, round 2. These are a little more thicker, as far as the batter is concerned. I'm going to use the same batter for my oysters. How about that? Makes sense to me. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. Let me think twice. I might want a different texture for the oysters. Okay. Let's see how it tastes. Oh, it's nice and airy, look. Okay. Yep. I made it really thin. Maybe I could have left 2 layers of onions on there. The salt is really going down the bottom, y'all. I think for me, and not having any teeth, you can't cook them too hard. But other than that, I just don't cook the next batch as long, because they're really, really crunchy. Which is a good idea for somebody with all their teeth. Turn them over. Wow. I wish these were the sweet onions, because that would be nice. So yeah, use the Vidalian sweet onions, and don't cut them so thin. What is this? Don't cut them so thin. I mean, when you not that thick, but when you separate them, leave a couple layers of onions on it. That's my only downfall. Here's my oysters, and I could have used a little thicker slices. Wow, that juice comes shooting out there. That oyster juice. I took these out the refrigerator so they could be room temperature when I'm ready to cook them. Anytime you want to cook chicken, any type of food, any meat, anything, you always want to take it out like 20 minutes to half an hour before you cook it to get that room temperature. So you won't have to put that cold food on your hot cooking oil, and then it's turn your cooking oil down. Yeah. It cools your cooking oil down. Do it on the rack. I don't think I'm be able to eat these guys because they're too thin. I can't chew them well. If I would have left them a little thick, I mean, you know, a couple layers on them. We'll see. Because I can eat the ones I get from Family Dollar. Oh my goodness, it's a name brand that I get from Family Dollar. the thick ones, and they cook so nicely. Bread just right and everything. The onions, when I cook them, the onions is perfect. I can eat the onions and everything. So, let's see. See, this one right here nice and thick. You got like 2 or 3 onions, and I hope they don't separate while I'm trying to get them all dipped up and stuff. Yeah. This one here got 3 onions on it. Oh, they separated. More onions than I expected. I'm trying to decide if I want to cook the oysters in the same batter. I think I am, because I like the batter. It's kind of really nice. It's the corn starch that really made it nice and airy. You know? More so, and it would have been much more airier if I had some salted water or a beer or something. That would have took it over to the top. I mean, took it over the top. You know, salted water or beer, the acid, it took it right over the top. A little water got in there. We'll take the salmon out. Rinse it off. gonna lay it on this plate because I do want to score it. I want to score it so the skin won't roll up for me. You know, the fish will cook nice and flat. Like I said, I never ate fresh salmon before. I mean, I have eaten it before. Let me stop spilling. It's been a long time since I've eaten it because I'm not crazy about salmon. You know, when we had the salmon cakes, I ate them. You know, they weren't hard to eat. I mean, I ate them. You know, but fresh salmon, it just never was one of my go-to pieces of fish because it's so meaty. It's like a whole bunch of meat. Chew on all that meat at one time. Even when you eat small portions, it's still meat. Like somebody might say, well, don't put so much in your mouth at one time. That's not what I'm talking about. It's a meat tea. You know? Don't earrings look nice sitting up on that rack like that. Guys, I tell you, they look nice. They look nice. Yes, yes, yes. What is today? Ooh. Tuesday or Wednesday? This would have been a nice Friday meal. I don't have any. You can always eat a tossed salad with it or something. I didn't think of that. Vegetables. I mean, yeah, I did think of vegetables, and I think I opted out when I said I'm gonna have the onion rings. But move that off the heat so it won't burn. Just gonna drain that water off of the salmon. Alright. Set these here first because oysters have this little hard piece in it. I don't know what it's called. The mussel is a mussel. That's what it's called. I'm gonna call it a mussel. And it has to be removed. You know, it won't harm you when you cook it because you can't eat it anyway. It's so hard. You know, I don't know how many oysters in here, but I don't want to cook them all because I'm gonna save some for myself. And then I don't like to cook them all at one time and have to warm them up. I like them freshly cooked when I do eat them. Alright, so what I'm going to do with this, guys, I'm going to add a little bit of lemon juice. A little lemon juice in my concoction, my batter. Because lemon go good with seafood. Alright. Where did I get the lemon? Lemon juice. And I'm putting a little bit of Old Bay. That's what's going to make the difference between my fries and the oysters. Remember I said I want two different, I don't want them both to be the same, you know, same dimension. I want a different dimension to, you know, my food. And that's make the different dimensions, the Old Bay. So here, right in here, if you can see, you all the way over there. Let me see. Be careful of this pan. Right at the top of the oyster, up in there where my fingers are, I'm holding it right there. It's a hard muscle. You just push that right out of the oyster. If you can see it right there. Yeah, push that out. And that's it. You know, you don't have to wash your oysters off. You're going to rinse the natural juices off of them if you do. And if you're one of those people that have to, then by all means, go ahead. It's your prerogative. I don't. I'm bless my food and keep on going. Like everything else, even things that I do wash off, I still bless it and keep on going. But I just like the natural juices in my oysters. That's only 4 oysters. I'm gonna go for 5. And I think I'm going for more Obe. Oh, let me see. Let me see. I don't know why I'm using my finger, but it's my food. And my hands are clean. I want to see if I can taste that Old Bay. Nope, not at all. Unless I can, very, very little. So I'm putting some more Old Bay. Definitely need some salt. It is really, really lack of salt. Okay, we can put our coconut oil back on the grease. I mean, on the heat. Watch the handle, because the handle is hot because it was leaning towards the grill part. And I like the fact that I'm laying the oysters out. Because when you lay them out on the cutting board, see how some of the juices naturally separate itself from the oysters? That's a good thing too. You know? And just pour it off. And I don't have to add anything else into the mixture for the season up because the oysters have its own liquid in it. And it's going to loosen it up anyway. Now, I don't know how many left in here. I'll be so mad tomorrow I go to cook these and there's only about 3 left. So I'm not going to count them. We're going to find out tomorrow. I eat them with the salmon. I'll just eat them with the salmon. I'm just going to throw a little piece of butter in this oyster grease here. Like I said, I want a different dimension to the oysters, even though I'm using the same batter, same cooking oil. These additives will give my oysters a different dimension. Then the onion rings, I'm going to turn the oven off on the onion ring because I just want it to stay warm. I don't want them to cook. So the oven is nice and hot. The reason why I like to use a rack to put my fried goods on is because when you sit on a paper towel on the plate or whatever, it absorbs the grease that is laying and it still makes it soggy. Now, in some cases, if I need something if I cook something a little too hard for myself, I would do that to soften it up some. Or another way I can get my food a little softer is to wrap them in aluminum foil or whatever. Not aluminum foil. A paper good. And put it in the microwave with a sprinkle of water in it. and let the steam kind of like help soften my goods, help soften my food up. So, you want to be gentle with the oysters, Don't be rough. It's just a little delicate piece of delicatessens. I never ate an oyster off a shell. As much as I like these flying oysters, I never ate an oyster off a shell. I ate crabs off a shell before. Not crabs. Clams off a shell before, but never oyster. That's one of my go-to. That's one of my to-do things. So this is kind of slippery. If you notice, I didn't turn the tongues all the way down because it had a lot of batter in it. In the tongues, and I don't want all that batter to fall down in the tongues. Just let the oysters fall right now. Because they're running up. That is because the oysters have juice in it. They have juice in it. That's why it's flying like that. So you want to be careful not to pop. I try to get myself one of them screens that you get fill on top of your pot and stuff. So when your food is splashing, it'll calm down. So dry your tongue off, get your liquor off your tongue. I'm going to turn the gas off because they're cooking mighty fast. And this electric, it is still cooked because it's an electric grill. It doesn't go around like a gas grill. And it doesn't take long for the oysters to get done. So they're cooking off the residual heat, and I want to kind of separate them because they're all gathering together in the middle of the pot. So you just want to get your tongs in there and separate them. I wish you guys could see it. Yeah. That's what they're doing, cooking off residual heat. I'm turning over. Mind you, I don't want my oysters to be hard because I want to be able to enjoy them and sweet them. Unlike, I think I kind of like missed the mark a little bit with my iron rings. But we're gonna see. Look how pretty them iron rings are. Iron rings, nice and pretty, golden brown, crunchy, fluffy. Look at good onion rings. Yeah. So as far as the salmon, I'm going to cut it. If you see how it's thick here and it's slim down here, so instead of cutting it that way, we have a flat and then thick, cut it down the middle. And then you have it, you know, even. Cut it down the middle this way, and then they both be portioned out equally. And oysters over here on the side. I only cook 5. I probably should have cooked all of them. You know what, because I'll be up late. Let me get the rest of those out here and cook them. Because I slept late, honey, child. And this little snack right here. This was seafood. I did plenty of seafood this week. I bought the salmon, the oysters. I got some shrimps in there, and I bought some Alaskan crabs. I ate some of them the first night I bought. Oh wow! I'm just gonna go ahead and cook these up, yeah, because this I've been eating all these. It's quite a bit in here. I don't know, maybe I'll just cook 3 more. That's quite a bit in there, y'all. Yeah, that's quite a bit in here. You know what, because this is the biggest jar. I normally get the small one. As you can see my countertop today, I put the contact paper on that side over here. It looks nice. But I'm not going to show it tonight. I'll probably show it when I finish the kitchen. I'm not going to make you guys wait for the whole apartment to get done. That's when I finish the kitchen. I'll probably do our kitchen tour. Then I said I'm going to cook 3 more of these. Why was only 2? Oh boy. That's who's not going back in the refrigerator. 3. I'm not. Okay, I'm getting tired, guys. But we're about finished here, huh? We are about finished here. I'm just gonna get the salmon ready for the refrigerator. And get me something to drink and ready to sit down and eat. I'm trying to think about what kind of dip I'm going to use for my stuff here. So, I got the kitchen scissors. I'm going to go straight up the middle. Woo! Straight up the middle. Straight up the middle. Oh wow, really? You got scales on them. Oh, they're not clean that good, guys. I'm glad I did cut these joints. Woo-wee! I'm glad. These always got scales on them. Oh my goodness. Well, I'm not surprised Chris had scales on, but I thought they were clean. You know, look at all them stones on there now. Oh my goodness, I gotta clean them bad boys. Well, guys, there you have it. I'm going to grab my camera. And I'll take some pictures. But I'm going to bring the PC up and let you guys see my finished product. And I'm going to go ahead and clean the salmon and get it prepared for tomorrow. So, thank you guys for hanging out with me. If you like content such as this, comment below. Tell me what you think. Give me your opinions, suggestions. Woo-wee! I can't tell you to be kind because people are going to be who they are. But God bless you anyway, because I'm expecting all good things to come to this channel and all good things to generate from the channel. But give me a thumbs up, like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to set your notifications for when a video go up or out. You will be notified. Thank you. Again, my name is Desiree, Extraordinary Gal.